Good morning, everyone. I am so happy that you are here. Today's lesson is called Sneaky Spider, and this is a STEM lesson on our 1 and 2-year-old toddler grid. While I show you how we do this with our 1 and 2-year-old toddlers, I'm also going to give you some ideas on how you can adapt the lesson for 3 and 4-year-olds or even infants. So whenever we start a lesson, I'm always going to show realistic pictures to our students, especially if we're talking about animals, because this is a great way to build that vocabulary. We're going to talk about the body and the shape of the body. We're going to talk about the legs. We're going to count the legs. We're going to identify the spiders. This is a wolf spider. This is a banana spider, and this is a black widow spider. Banana spiders are very common here in the state of Florida. And I'm going to ask my students, have you ever seen a spider? Was it scary? Did it seem friendly? And then I'm going to ask them, do you know any songs about spiders? And we'll go ahead and we'll sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider, and we'll talk about where spiders live and anything that they really can give us on the topic that we are teaching. Now, when I'm reading the lesson plan, it has hyperlinks that directly hyperlink us to the resources that we need. So it calls for a large circle and small rectangles. And when I click on the rectangles, they were a little bit thick, so I went ahead and I cut them in half. And I'm going to ask the students, okay, we saw that the body was round and it had how many legs? 8 legs. And so I'm going to ask open-ended questions. Where can we put the legs? How will we get the legs to stick? What can we use that will help us put our legs on the spider? And then I'm going to allow them to create their spider any way that they want. If all the legs end on top of the spider, that's totally fine. If they're all coming off of one side, that's fine. Our toddler work should look like a toddler did it. It is the process that is more important than the final product here, because we are teaching them how to problem solve and how to create things all on their own. It doesn't have to look perfect. Now, if I wanted to adapt this for infants, I would go ahead and I would print out the little spiders that are in the resource library on black paper, and we would just practice gluing. We would count the legs. We would keep singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider because that repetition is huge. And then for my 3 and 4-year-old students, because this is a STEM activity and we want to cover science, technology, engineering, and math, I'm going to give them tools, pipe cleaners and pom-poms, and I'm going to ask them how they could create their own sneaky spider. And I would probably demonstrate how I wrap the pipe cleaners around the pom-pom and then bend the legs so that we would get our sneaky spider. And then afterwards, glue some googly eyes on there, and we have a sneaky spider. So while this lesson is written for 1 and 2-year-olds, there are lots of ways you can accommodate it for infants and 3 and 4-year-olds as well.